It is Thursday. We're almost at the end of the month. My name is Rich Lieberman, and this is the Bay Area Rich Lieberman Media Pulse. I don't just come on these shows and try to be prima donna or try to be holier than thou. I try to perform a function, add a little commentary, maybe do a little analysis, critical analysis, and also give you something that you didn't have before, and maybe offer a presentation or a description or an account that you weren't expecting. Like, for example, right now. You know, some of you complain that I'm not positive enough, that if you can't say your reasoning, if you can't say anything good, then don't say anything at all. Well, to which I say, screw you. In fact, I'm not hard enough. I spent quite a good deal of time growing up, working in, analyzing, seeing firsthand some of you bastards who think that your shit doesn't stink and that your holier than thou attitude, like people give a damn anymore. I'm not auditioning for a job here. Long ago, I gave that up. I'm way past. I'm in the sunset. I'm not trying to get anything. Therefore, I'm not going to have to kiss any ass. I don't have to pretend I like somebody or something. In fact, I don't say anything hard enough. I should be a lot more damning. I should be a lot more critical. Most of you could not lead a hooker to a strip show. You have no leadership. You have no missive. You have no creative bones in your body, in your little finger. I get shit. Oh, all you do is talk about the good old days, because they were the good old days. And the shit that we have now, the crap like Brian Murphy, that kiss ass shill who'd whore anything right now as long as the money is right, so he can feed the family. And by the way, Brian Murph, with your hee 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 hee, your cackle, and your word frickin', I'm gonna fucking tell you that you interview about as good as Mel Gibson would be emceeing a Hadassah luncheon. Your so-called brilliant interview with Buster Posey, the only thing you didn't have on was a number 30, or excuse me, a number 28 jersey, you jerk. And your KNBR. Yeah, people in their cars commuting to work, listening to your half-ass kids gloves crap interview of your fanboy Buster Posey. Brilliant interview. You were just terrific. And that side idiot who only got the job because he can make $2,000 a month to replace the other moron who got paid too much. Bally crap. KNBR is a joke, will always be a joke, with Greg Papa, Mr. Putz, Mr. Scream, Mr. Talk, like everybody knows that you talk in code and cliche and use bizarre analogies while talking about the Giants. You use a 49ers analogy. Go scream another touchdown call, Greg, Mr. Papa. Geez, I wonder how your son got the job. The nepotism radio station KNBR and KCBS, another joke. The station that used to be all news, crap. Screw you. and your stupid, bizarre interviewers and crap anchors, the ones that are not there or there and show up and pop up, the whack-a-mole anchor policy, run by a creative nothing, a neophyte, an imbecile, Jenny Seelig, who hasn't spent an iota in the field, who got the job. Geez, I wonder how Jenny Seelig got the job. Screw you. An SF Gate, an SF Chronicle, and Bay Area News Group crap papers. We have no newspapers left in this area. South Bay, nah. East Bay, nah. North Bay. They're about to level the Santa Rosa Press Democrat. Pretty soon there'll be no newspapers, which is just as well, considering the crap that we have now. I should be harder. Channel 7, KGO TV. Mr. Ashley, you kiss ass. Spencer Christian, you Disney succophant. And all the dumbwits and dimbulbs and idiots that work there. Cron, you're back to being the old Cron. I should be angrier. I should tell it like it is. The Chronicle. The worst high school newspaper in the world is the Chronicle. With their pimple-faced journalists, my ass. They sit at their goddamn table with their alfalfa sandwich and a little bit of Gouda cheese and their crap with the pimples on their face. They don't even leave their office to go goddamn cover a story. They sit at their little computer stalls. Let's type in, what's the best burrito spot in the Mission? Ooh, let's do another poll. Where's the best hamburger in the Bay Area? Yeah, why don't you give another plug to In-N-Out Burger? They need that like I need a fucking piece of cheesecake. Idiots. What idiots we have. And these people that, goddamn it, don't even know the Bay Area. They hire them, whether it's off the bus from Fresno or Clovis or Sacramento, where, by the way, they do a much better job, Sacramento, of covering the news than these fucking idiots that supposedly cover the news in this Bay Area. A joke. An utter joke. Like KQED. You goners. Yeah, do another 27 pledge breaks. Get $50 donated your way and give out these $2 fucking coffee mugs. Jokes. KQED. What do they do with the money? What, so they can put more gold lames in the goddamn lobbies? And I'm trying to get a goddamn buck so I can stay on the air. So keep donating money to KQED. It's a pathetic operation. And you could quote me. Radio. We have no radio in the Bay Area. KGO, gone. KSFO, gone. We have syndicated crap. What was trying to say that? And nothing. We have nothings. KNBR. Frat Boy Radio. KNBR. Hey, Daddy, I have been a good soldier. Can I get a job? Daddy. Papa. In Silver, you little nothing burger. Go in the fucking frat boy lounge, or the bullpen as you call it, and get yourself jollied off. Geez, I wonder how Daddy got you that job, Mike Silver. About as interesting as my left armpit. Greg Papa, with your weird, stupid analogies and your dumb nicknames. Yay, hey! That's supposed to be creative. You ought to be lucky, Papa, Pop, G-pop, that your boss loves you. He's loyal. To be put up with you, the Bay Area people suffer. I do. Yeah, I used to hang out with you, Pop, when you were legit and not screaming like a little fanboy that you are on the 49ers. Caught! Who caught the ball? Caught! Shea! Moron. Yeah, Greg, quote me. You suck. You got a lot of admirers because they don't know anything better. They never heard of Bill King. They never heard of Lon Simmons, Hank Greenwald, Vin Scully, Don Klein, Joe Starkey even. Fuck, you make Joe Starkey look like Red Barber. Shay! You lunatic. And the other morons, Copey Copes. Yeah, you're really interesting. You talk like this. Yeah, you're about as integral to KNBR as a hemorrhoid is to an anal cavity, you putz. Thin Tim. Oh, you're really integral. And G-pop. Like G-pop. I wonder how you got your job. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Nepotism Radio, KNBR. They went and had a bump in April. Why? Somebody called the Warriors and the Giants. They'll be mediocre again, and no doubt soon. What an absolute cavalcade of crap is KNBR. 17th in the market in the morning show. Brian Murphy. Why don't you go whore for toenail clippers? Or Timber Tech. Yeah, really, really great. Add it to the family of the whorees that you whore for. You shell, you schmuck. You got ahead, Brian Murphy, with your stupid, dumb voice and your shilling and your nose eternally up Larry Bear's asshole, you putz. You know why you get those gigs to MC? Because they think you're safe. You're a shill, a corporate shill. That interview with Buster Posey. Why don't you take your number 28 jersey off and mail it to Buster? Maybe you can shower with it, Murph. You crap. People kiss your ass for no apparent reason other than they want to butter up to you. Why? I have no idea. Screw you. Screw you, Mr. Mill Valley. Yeah, you putz. And all the other neophyte idiots, the Nimrods, the frat boys. Used to be a great station when Bill Dwyer ran it. Now it's got overtaken by a bunch of Nimrods there until they die efficiently when the money isn't there to pay for the lights. That kiss-ass Copey Copes, Copeland. Geez, I wonder how you got the job. Oh, was it Daddy? Maybe a little settlement deal a few years ago. And no KGO, the abomination of Cumulus. You fucking bastards. Screw you, Cumulus. We know nothing about radio. We know nothing about broadcasting. We destroy radio stations and KQED. Why don't you go play another Joan Baez Kumbaya music with your stupid shit in the background, KCBS. Let's hire all the girls who talk like this, who got off the bus from Bakersfield and will work cheap because we work at KCBS. And then we hire this guy from New York who sounds like a robot. Hi, I'm Steve Scott. It's 10:05. But before we get on with the 2 seconds of news that we actually give you, let's go do 10 minutes of commercials before we get back to traffic and weather together. And our first report from Raquel Maria Dillon. Raquel Maria Dillon. Yeah, I'm sure she's really, really Raquel Maria Dillon. Go look up Don Sanchez. He used to be named Don Moore. Geez, I wonder why you named yourself Raquel Maria. And Holly Kwan. Holly, it's about time to take another day off. She me, criminy. Look at the radio that we've been reduced to. Screw you. And I am not auditioning for any job. I get to say this because I'm telling the truth. Because you, most of you, and there's still a few good people left in this shitty Bay Area, they don't trust you. They being the vast majority of the consumer public, because you're crap. Channel 7, Dan Ashley. Yeah, you're going to be the next Mick Jagger, like I'm going to be the next date man for Taylor Swift. I got a better chance. Spencer Christian. Geez, I wonder why you're still broadcasting the weather. Oh, I used to work for Good Morning America, and I'm qualified because I have a wine collection. And yeah, bet on it. Larry Beal, you putz. You know what? It's a good thing I'm not an intern and you went over and screwed with me, you fucking putz. Because if you did that, Larry Beal, you'd be having to go bail out. It wouldn't be because you were stooping Jessica Aguirre. That about the only brightest thing you did, you fucking putz. Screw you, too. Lush Peña. You know what? It's a good thing you guys have a new GM. Maybe after leafing through the memos and going out to lunch with clients with your $55 3 martini brunches, you actually looked around the station. Oh, excuse me, Disney. They run your stupid mouse house, the Mouse Mafia, and KTVU. I can't say it enough. You guys have idiots that run KTVU. The woman GM, where's she? Oh, excuse me. Is she out again? Oh, I see. Was there another sale at the Walnut Creek Nordstrom? Maybe you ought to go buy some more shoes, Imelda. And the news director with Garcia Michaelian. Yeah, you're really deft. Your news acumen. Fuck. You make Diane Sawyer look like fucking Eric Asimov. Walter Cronkite. Channel 4. Cron. Oh, we have a new GM, but he hasn't done anything yet. Geez, I wonder why. NBC Bay Area. Raj, I don't care if you're having an affair, multiple affairs, with whomever. You long ago lost me. I don't care. You're not the next Indian Walter Cronkite either. Read the teleprompter. Just do it. You know, borrow the Nike phrase. You're not curing diabetes or cancer, Raj. I told you that at lunch about 10 years ago. Folks, I'm not here to win friends. I don't give a shit about the various high school newspapers like the Chronicle and these so-called alternate weekly site, daily site like sfist.com. Yeah, why don't you go kiss ass to the Chronicle so you can get mentioned, sfist. Yeah, you're the real village voice of the Bay Area. What voice? And Channel 9. Oh, God, let's have another pledge break because we're Channel 9. We show Masterpiece Theater. And let's have a restaurant show. Ooh, how creative. Maybe next time we can ask the stupid public, hey, give us $100. After all, we're Channel 9. We ran the auctions. Remember those? Fucking company that still doesn't have a goddamn nightly news show. Let's run Masterpiece Theater and a British PBS special No wonder Trump's cutting off subsidies to you and other PBS stations. But Channel 9, you take the cake. Have you been to their facilities lately? Let's put another tapestry up in the office because we're Channel 9 and we need the money. Let's raise another $28 million every year because we have morons who donate to Channel 9. Kind of like putting food in front of Karen Carpenter's face and then quickly taking it back. Pathetic. You know, there's some areas with Trump that I agree. That's one of them. What do they do, these PBS stations? But mostly Channel 9. And let me say this. There are some good people at Channel 9. Just like there's a few good people at KQED Radio. Unfortunately, they're in the minority. Unfortunately, the people, the managers who make millions of dollars, plus the money that they take and they hide and they have in a slush fund, screw you all, too. The Chronicle, my ass. What an embarrassment. You guys don't cover stories unless it has to do with burritos and the best hamburger and the top 100 restaurants. You don't even have a real restaurant reviewer. You hired some nimby-pimby yuppie and you got rid of Michael Bauer too soon. Bauer was interesting and credible, even though I may or may not, like others, disagreed with him on various restaurants. But you know what? I read his reviews. Now you have Yuppie Woman. Oh, I got thrown out of Thomas Keller's French Laundry. I think I'll write 1,000 words on it. You know what? Supposedly Keller is supposed to be a real fucking asshole, a jerk. But you know what? I applaud what he did. Get your ass out of here. Thank God. Like, as if the Chronicle review anymore meaned anything. You know what? If I were to read that rag, whether online or off, pretty much online, and you gave it 5 stars, I would consider it dog do. I wouldn't even eat it. On the other hand, you give a bad review, I'm going to go there and support the place. Somehow, some way. I'll find the money and give my 2 cents. Folks, I don't enjoy doing this, but in a way I do. It's somewhat orgasmic because nobody else will. Nobody else has the balls, figuratively, literally, to call these morons, these schmuckos, out. And they need to be called out. That's why you, I don't want to say need me, that's why you come here. That's why my click chart, which I don't get paid on, by the way. There is no such thing as clickbait. You want to know why? I get paid because of you or not because of you. But I will call out these assholes, these egotistical muttheads who think their shit doesn't stink. The truth is, by and large, the negativity, the wholesale, absolute disgust that permeates the entire media landscape, nationally and locally, is because of the fact the public has finally caught up to you guys. I used to think that whole wordage, mainstream media, was kind of lame, was overblown, but I see it now, hear it, smell it every day. These morons that you schlep off the bus from Bakersfield and put out to pasture without even training, without even having a sacred feeling about that microphone, about the few mudheads that actually watch you for, or listen to the radio that we have here in the Bay Area. So-called journalists, idiots like Greg Papa, and people like Ann Killian, the alleged columnist at the Comical Chronicle. Crap. Hearst. What a joke. And Disney, the Mouse Mafia, and ABC crap owned by the Mouse Mafia. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I've been very, very fair. I have the audacity sometimes to actually want to read you, listen to you, take a second or two or three or four thoughts and watch you. Maybe see if there's a silver lining. Maybe occasionally you do something good, but you don't. It is utter dreck and crap. And screw you. The public has caught up to your crap, your tripe. I can't fathom how bad it is, how bad it's become. It's like walking through the Tenderloin Alley in the middle of the night and having that horrid, nauseous smell. Where is that smell coming from? On the street? Or is your material that you feed out that somehow gets to the alleyways in the Tenderloin? The Bay Area used to be a hotbed of journalism. The Bay Area, the so-called bastion of free speech and creativity and wonderment. Now it's crap. All of this. There's a few of you that do a good job still under the most vile of circumstances, and you ought to be rewarded. But most of you are awful, pathetic, dumb, numb, idiots. Daddy radio at KNBR, no radio at KGO. In the area that supposedly has ingenuity and wonderment, the tech capital of the world, with stupid asshole publications like The Examiner, SF Standard. Geez, wonder where that started. Let's see. I'm a billionaire. I need to show my influence in downtown and beyond. I think I'll start a newspaper and spew out tons of money, look and sound really intelligent. Only I'm just trying to advance my cause, Mr. Moritz. It looks all pretty. It's so pretty, the SF Standard. Yeah. Village Voice, my ass. Yeah. Although I will say this, you're a little more interesting to read than the New York Times of late. Other than that, give me a break. Channel 2. Absentee ownership. Zero creativity. Zero leadership. I will say it out loud again and again and again. And I won't do it under a little cutesy fake name or have a little pretty website or do little stories or have little shows on KNBR called 49ers Nightly so I can get my jollies off and they can pay me $50 for the show. Larry Krueger, you jerk off. Please, give me a break. You must have pictures, Krueger. Vic Tafer. I can go on and on and on. The public, be damned, they say. They giggle. They have nothing to do. They are creative warts. You know what they eat for lunch? Alfalfa sandwiches, Gouda. They get pimples and they put their stupid little glasses on and sit by their cubicle with their laptop, with their headphones and their earphones so they can listen to their streaming sites on their iPhone. Ooh, we're journalists. You're morons. I should be harder. I should be tougher. I should say things like this, not because I enjoy it, even though I do. It's because it's a reflection of what should be said that isn't said. We have so many bona fide pretenders and jerk offs and radio stations that used to mean something. I'm Steve Scott. I'm Steve. Shut up. Just shut up, dude. You're lucky you got the job because Jenny Seelig needed to justify hiring. Oh my God, breaking news. Jenny Seelig hired a white guy, hired a guy. Morons. That's what this area has become. An 8 million to 10 million engulfed pack of morons and idiots and neutral, retarded people who think that this is the world in which we live in. The vice, our so-called media leadership. We have none. I should be louder. I should be angrier, but I'm not going to get angry. It could be worse. We could all be somewhere else. Let's do this. Let's pretend, there's a heat wave coming. Geez, as if that's a big story. We only had about 5 million heat waves in the past few years. But if you're at the Chronicle, that's worthy of another story right next to the best burrito in the Mission. KCBS, traffic and weather together, even though when there's no traffic and there's no weather. But we're going to talk about a big heat wave coming, as if that's a story, instead of talking to politicians and asking tough questions, and why the fact that still to this day, the Tenderloin smells like you know what. Well, we have a new mayor and he's trying, and we're going to give him a break. We're not going to talk to this new mayor and let him get a pass. We're going to talk about burritos and the best corn chips and where we can sit and get the best Chinese food in our 3/4 empty downtown near the Salesforce building. And listen to 49ers football on Sunday with the you idiot, Papa. You're a supreme schmuck. And I said it, and you can quote me. This area needs to be called out much more than I've called it out. But go back to your leisure town. Why don't we talk about little stupid stuff like AI, as if we haven't heard about AI. Fed up with it. Not strong or loud enough. It's disgusting. It is, without a doubt, and you can quote me, a total abomination.